The next training segment has to do with non-emergency dispatching for fire and EMS resources. We'll first cover fire and then we will cover EMS. These examples include non-fire, non-rescue, non-life-threatening hazard circumstances such as a flooded basement or a low-hanging tree or assistance getting into a home. Things of these nature where there's no immediate life threat, but fire department or emergency medical assistance might be required. So to clarify, this is simply formalizing a process that already exists just to make sure that everybody's on the same page and trained to the standard. So say somebody calls in and says that they have 6 inches of water in the basement of their house and they need the fire department to assist with pumping it out. At that point, you have a non-emergency job that's been created, and the fire chief's tones will be alerted by the Communications Bureau. At that point, the chief officer can call in, and it will be their discretion for how the department handles the alarm. If nobody calls in within 5 minutes, they will hit the chief's tones again for any chief officer to call the Communications Bureau at 7100. Another 5 minutes can pass, and if nobody calls in within 10 minutes, the Communications Bureau will alert a departmental response via pager tones with no siren tone. At this point, membership can respond to the base and answer the radio, and the highest ranking officer in charge will make a determination as to the response the department will provide at that point. For EMS, circumstances are nearly identical. We're looking at a circumstance where somebody might have a question or a low oxygen cylinder for home-based oxygen, etc. For this circumstance, it's identical. The non-emergency notification will be received, and the EMS captain's tones will be hit for the EMS captain to call the Communications Bureau at 7100. If there's no call within 5 minutes, the Communications Bureau will hit the captain's tones again for any EMS officer to call the Communications Bureau. If another 5 minutes goes by for a total of 10 minutes, they will provide a departmental response, pager tones only, with no siren if the agency is equipped with one. The only difference is for Livingston County Emergency Medical Services, the tones will be directed at the shift supervisor on call to call the Communications Bureau, as opposed to the captain's tones, as there's always a shift supervisor or advisory capacity working the road.